What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to scale your business without sacrificing your life. So if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or if you have a business that's been plateauing, or you've been having a lot of pains because you're growing, you're scaling, this video is for you. And I have a lot of things that I'm going to be talking about here that I know you could benefit from. So just sit there, listen up, take some notes, and just soak all the information in, because this is extremely important if you want to scale your business. So the first thing, and I know I get annoyed when people talk about mindset, but the first thing is mindset, right? And don't worry, I'm not going to talk about all of my mindset. It's going to be a quick talk about the mindset part, because it is important, right? So if your mindset is that you can do everything yourself, then scaling a business is just not for you. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about if you want to scale, if you're sure you want to scale, you have to change your mindset. You cannot do everything yourself. You should already know you can't do everything yourself. You can't be everywhere at the same time. You don't have all the money in the world. If you're starting a business, most likely you don't have all the funding, all the savings that you might need to scale fast. So the first thing is make sure you change your mindset that you cannot control everything. You cannot be everywhere at the same time, and you don't have all the money in the world, right? So make sure you remember that all the time, because that's going to be the first step. The second step is you have to leverage, right? And this is something that as a starting entrepreneur, you may not realize, but leveraging is one of the most important tools or concepts when it comes to business. I mean, leveraging is what's going to give you that leverage, that kind of advantage to maximize everything you have. So there's certain things, different things that you can leverage. The number one thing, of course, is money, right? So how do you leverage money? Well, you can get a loan, you can get a starting capital, or you can get investors. Now, when it comes to money, you have to be smart and you have to do your own research. It's not always that simple, but a good rule of thumb is obviously if you're getting a loan that's 10%, for a business loan, 10% is pretty average, right? It's kind of like venture capital. It's 7 to 9%. Let's say you get a loan for 10%. Just make sure that the plan that you have for this leverage that you're getting, it's over 10% a year. If anything, I would say it has to be at least 5 times that. But of course, if it's 2 times that, it makes sense, because even if it's a little as 2 times that, because then you're using that money, you're paying 10% on it, but you're making 20% return, which is double than what it's costing you. But at the same time, you're getting the benefit of growing your business. You're getting the benefit of brand awareness, your customer base, everything, and you're also learning, and you're using money that's not yours. So that's how you leverage money, right? Whether you use use other investors, outside investors, or whether you're using just loans in general, bank loans, starting capital. Even some people do credit cards. Like if you don't have $5,000 to start a business, and you're ready for a credit card, interest rate, which is usually about 23, 24, 25%, which I would suggest having a plan that you're gonna make more than the monthly interest every month, at least, like I said, double. If you have a plan, if you trust yourself and you're not just gonna buy dumb stuff with it, then credit card, it could be a good way to go, but I would be very careful with that, very, very careful, because if you know that you can just get a credit card and you're gonna be spending the money, I would stay away from that. Number 2 is when it comes to leverage, like I said, you wanna leverage everything. So if you leverage money, make sure you leverage time, right? How do you leverage time? Well, you got to make sure you're hiring, right? You have a team, you put a team in place, you put the processes in place. And this is very important because this is something that you could spend a little bit of time creating a team. It takes, let's say, a month, but for the whole year, that team is going to just be growing the company, growing you so much more without the headaches that involved being in that whatever position you put in these people in. Now, of course, the headaches are just going to be different, right? But at the same time, if the headaches are going to be different and you're going to be getting a little more headaches as you scale, at least you're going to be making more money. At least it's going to be worth it. Everything I always talk about, it's always as much as you want to sacrifice. This is just already, this video is assuming that you know already that it's worth the sacrifice. You know what you're sacrificing, but now you're just ready to scale and you want to know how to do it. Well, mindset, leverage money, leverage time. And the most important thing I'm going to talk about today is leveraging yourself, right? So what does that mean? This is probably the hardest part of an entrepreneur. And I know because I've been there, but this is the best advice I have for you. If you're looking to grow your business, scale without sacrificing your life, you have to scale and you have to leverage yourself. How do you do that? You need to create processes, you need to create systems where you're going to teach people some of the things that you know how to do. And I know this might seem scary to a lot of entrepreneurs, especially if you're used to being more like a freelancer. You're like, well, if I hire this person and they leave me, they're going to know everything I know. Well, one thing I say, if you hire somebody, they leave you, and they do everything you did better, they were going to do it anyway, right? And it's shame on you, or not shame on you, but it's your fault. You can't blame other people for you not succeeding or somebody else succeeding before you, even if you taught them something. That's just the name of the game. It's that's just how the game is, right? I'm sorry if I'm saying it too bluntly or if you don't think that's the way it is, but that really is the way it is. I've had multiple businesses, and every time I've trained somebody, there's always a 50% chance that they're gonna leave and do their own thing. It doesn't matter. To this day, none of those people have grown any of those businesses faster than I have. That's not to just brag on myself, but if they had, congratulations to them. I mean, I would love to see that for them, but it takes a lot. So, and I know it takes a lot. So if they can do it, congratulations to them. But to get back on topic, you need to make sure that you are leveraging yourself, right? So if you spend, and I'll give you the best example. If you're spending an hour on something, that hour should count for another 20 hours at least, right? So how can you do that? Like I said, you could have training processes. You can record videos of the mindset, the goals of your company, the values, the culture, and then instill that into other people, so you don't have to keep saying it. You can make trainings and pass it down to whoever's is going to be working under you, so that way you don't have to keep doing the same thing. There's a lot of little stuff that you can, whether you record it, like I said, document processes, implement all these systems that for every 1 hour that you spend, it's just going to be exponential. I mean, 20 hours is just an example, but it has to be exponential, where if you're spending 1 hour, this is going to just last for a long, long time. Obviously, there's updates that you have to do, and you're going to have to keep working on that. But that is how you leverage yourself. Think about it like this. Any hour that you spend should be working for you for over 20, 50 hours, right? Before you even have to update it again, which that right there on its own, it's probably the best way to scale any business with less pain, because the pain comes from tough stuff that you're doing. So if you're doing less and just being smart about it, then it's going to help you out in the long term. And that's just the beginning when it comes to scaling. I mean, remember, what worked for you then, it's not going to work for you now, okay? There's a saying that's like, don't change it if it ain't broken, or don't fix it if it's not broken. Well, that's not true in business, right? Or if something has worked, or what has worked then is going to work now. No, what has brought you here, it's not going to take you there for sure. And that is 100% true. Times change. We're in a time where everything changes daily. Technology changes, communication changes, people change, views on the world change. change. You know, with media now, people just don't even know what to think anymore. Laws are changing, everything constantly changes. So the more you evolve with everything, the better you're going to be. And like I said, remember the word leverage. Leverage everything in your business, everything you have, time, money, yourself, everything. The faster you leverage things, the faster your business is going to grow without paying for your own life. Sorry, I wanted to make this a short video, but this is a lot of information that I know that has helped me out. If any of this information was valuable, please make sure you like the video and comment below. I want to see what pain you've had in your business. I'm just curious to see. I know everybody has different pains, you know, that come with scaling, but let me know, comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys on the next video.